podcast on 3, all right? 1, 2, 3.
All right. Alrighty. What day is it, Gretchen?
It is Fartlek Friday.
What are you most excited about that's coming up?
Well, you know, I'm kind of on like a little downward spiral. No Olympics to watch.
No Olympics to watch.
I know, but don't you worry. We have the Paralympics coming up. Starting next week.
Yay!
So we will get our Olympic fix again.
Yay! So, to our listeners, it'll be all on NBC Olympics. If you got that Peacock app, continue to pay that $8.99 a month or whatever it is.
Or just borrow someone else's login.
Yeah. So you can catch the Paralympics today. You know, I don't know what I'm like most excited for. Do you? And you probably any chance have that in an easily digestible list.
I do. There are, I'm just gonna say, some very unique sports
Yes.
in Paralympics, which I love because it's really awesome.
Do we want to start with athletes or events first?
Let's do events.
All right. So we're gonna give each of our top 3 events from number 3 to number 1 that we're most excited to see at the Paralympics. So Gretchen, what's your number 3?
Coming in as my 3rd favorite Paralympic sport is, of course, swimming.
Yay! All right, what makes it your 3rd favorite event to watch?
I mean, A, it's really hard anyways, and B, the fact that these athletes can get out there and crush it in the pool is pretty amazing.
Yes. Yeah, I'm super jazzed for that. There's also so many opportunities for like medals with para swimming that it's always a fun time to watch swimming.
For sure. As we die. So, Elaine, what's your 3rd favorite Paralympic sport?
The one that I am 3rd most excited to see this coming Paralympics, the para triathlon.
Woo!
So I'm really excited for the para triathlon. It's kind of similar to the swimming because I did consider adding para swimming.
Yeah.
But I like, so a triathlon, I've competed in a triathlon relay, a couple triathlon relays, and it's already so, like such a beast of accomplishment to be able to do 3 different sports, 3 very different sports,
Yes.
and excel at them, and also change from one to one. I'm just really excited to see all the different equipment they use too, and the different like methodologies and stuff, and the different classifications of athletes all competing for the triathlon. I know some para athletes advocate for basically they want fewer like differential like classifications, so that everyone's just competing in the same race, and the para triathlon is one of those events where they're all at least competing at the same time.
Yeah. Sort of related, but did you read it to the like classification for like the different sports?
Yes, for a lot of them.
Yeah. Which we don't have to talk about, but I thought that was super interesting, and I was like, this is kind of confusing.
Yeah, so if you're interested in reading about the Paralympics and all the different classifications of each athlete, definitely we'll post a link to all of that below. And I think it's fascinating because something that I really kind of like came across in a lot of interviews with athletes, especially when I was watching the Paralympic track and field the trials.
Yeah.
Is that a lot of the athletes had no idea that they even qualified for Paralympics.
Yeah.
They're like, wait, I'm a para-athlete?
Yeah.
And then they end up crushing whatever sport they're a part of.
Yeah. Okay, what mileage are you at right now? Oh shit, I didn't start my watch! Damn it!
I'm at 2.79.
Ah!
I'm sorry.
Boo!
This is not our morning.
This is when I put the mic on.
This is not our morning. Tell the listeners I ended up oversleeping. Let's go down Car Lane.
All right. Car Lane. All right, so number 2. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah. I want to hear a second.
My second most intriguing sport to watch during the Paralympics is what we call blind football, aka blind soccer.
Yay!
So as a former soccer player, obviously I quite enjoy soccer.
Yeah.
This is a very interesting sport. So it's for visually impaired, but all field players must wear a blackout mask.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what level of visual impairment you're at. You're all competing at the same level, except for the goalie or keeper, whichever you prefer. They do not wear a blackout.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's really interesting. The field is, I think they said it's about the same size as a normal soccer field.
A pitch, as they say.
A pitch, yes. They do put like walls along the like perimeter, so there's no out of bounds.
Okay.
And there's also no offsides.
Oh.
So it's really interesting that, another interesting fact is the ball has bells in it.
Ooh.
So they can hear it.
That's so cool.
There's also guides along the sideline, like helping them play and like.
Are they yelling?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or, shouting out different words that mean different things.
Yeah.
It's super interesting.
Cool.
Yeah. So I'm excited to watch that.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
All right. So my number 2, not that you asked, but
I was wondering though.
My number 2, para archery.
Ooh.
So I'm really jazzed about it. They have 2 different types of classifications for archery. They have the open, which is for anyone who has an impairment either below or above the waist.
Okay.
So you can be either standing or seated while in the open field. And then they have the W or W1 field is for those who have impairments both above and below the waist, and you're seated. A lot of the times it's people who they are using their foot to operate the bow, and they have a combination crossbow so that it's more adaptive.
Okay.
And it kind of, I think one of them go from 50 meters away and one of them go from 70 meters away. Correct me if I'm wrong, internet. But I'm just really jazzed to see. One, archery is not really a sport that, like, archery and shooting and stuff like that.
Yeah. Not
really sports that, like, I think about on the daily.
Yeah.
But this is, like, archery is already exciting. And then on top of that, it just seems like a really different way to measure an athlete's, like, marksmanship and stuff like that.
For sure.
So.
Very cool.
Yeah. All right.
Well, for my number 1 sport, obviously track and field is awesome, but I'm going with a specific event, and that, my friends, is the 4x100 Universal Relay, which last Paralympics was the first time they ever did this in track and field. So, super interesting. I don't want to get this wrong. So the first person to start off the relay is visually impaired. Then the second person to go is followed by amputee. And then the third person to go has cerebral palsy. And the fourth is a wheelchair athlete.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
They basically found a way to incorporate a bunch of different classifications into one event, which is awesome.
Yeah.
They don't use a baton. They do it by touch.
Okay.
But I just thinking about the coach that has to put this team together.
Yeah.
There is some strategy going on there.
Is it okay if we turn around?
Yeah.
We're at 3 1/3.
I'm at 2 1/3.
Perfect.
Just really 3 1/3.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that'll be really awesome. And like I said, it's only the This will be the second time they've had the event. US obviously dominated last time and walked away with the gold.
Oh, that's so cool though. And okay, I've never seen at least a live or like close to live Paralympic event. And I'm so excited to watch all of these events on it.
Yeah. All right, Elaine, what's your number one?
All right, my number one, and this is for my family because they might be surprised to learn. Well, and listeners, my family's really into bocce ball. So if you might call that lawn bowling or whatever. Morning. But my parents are not in one but two bocce ball leagues. And there is a Paralympic sport called boccia or boccia. I was trying to figure out the pronunciation.
Yeah. Well, no one can pronounce it here anyways, so
yeah.
Here in St. Louis.
Yeah. So it's spelled BOCCIA, and it's actually a seated version of bocce ball, very similar to it. Basically, so they're seated and they have the jack ball, which is white ball. They're all trying to get their balls close to it, and they can use a ramp that is accessible for people who can't use their hands. They can, throw it with their arms, they can fling it with their feet. I've seen a few different methods of throwing it, and it's whoever's closest to that jack ball, wins.
Yeah.
Their balls, think of them the size of bocce ball.
Okay.
But they look like soccer balls and appear to be filled with like corn kernels or something.
Huh.
So it's not like, and it's like an indoor sport, so
yeah.
like on a court.
Okay.
So it's not quite like bocce in that sense where it's not on gravel or anything.
Yeah.
And the balls are very different. There's less ricocheting of stuff all over the place, and the court is just kind of like more of a square than a rectangle.
Okay.
And then you can play, there's individual, 2-person or 3-person teams. So, super excited.
Very cool. Individual.
Yeah.
I like that.
And like there's like a ton of different colors on the field then of the balls. Okay, let's get our athletes in there.
All right. I feel like this is going to be a rapid fire.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do no order, just the athletes that I'm looking forward to seeing. First one I'm going to mention is Jessica Long. She is a badass swimmer. She actually competed in her first Paralympics at the ripe old age of 12.
Holy crap.
So she's been in, I can't even remember the number of Paralympics, but it's a lot, obviously. Starting at 12, she's now 32. But she's been recognized, like, she's won the ESPYs a few times, like, best female athlete, like, super awesome. She has a really incredible story. She actually was born in Russia, but then got put up for adoption, was adopted, got her legs amputated at 18 months old. She just has this crazy, incredible story. So yeah, and she's very dominant in the sport.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I'll keep going.
Yeah.
My next athlete is Brittany Mason, which...
Oh my God, she's my number one.
It's because of Cleveland, right?
Yeah, she's a Clevelander.
All right, so, yeah, she's just pretty cool. Obviously, I saw she was from Cleveland. I was like, I gotta put this on here for Elaine.
I got you covered, girl. Thank you.
She's a track athlete. Obviously, we love us some track and field. Elaine, why'd you have her as your number one?
One, it's fun to watch like sprinters compete, and she's 100 meter, 200 meter, and she's also, I'm watching a couple interviews with her. She is so cool.
Yeah.
She's just like so fun, has got the best style. She is a short queen, and she is very proud of the fact that she doesn't have to be super tall to be competitive in sprinting, and she loves her build, And we love Brittany Mason.
Yeah.
Brittany, if you ever want to come on the podcast, I'll come up to Cleveland for you.
She will come to Cleveland for you. That doesn't sound creepy.
Yep, not at all. Might cut that out.
All right. Another athlete I'm looking forward to watching is Katie. Actually, I have a few. But Katie Bridge, she's plays sitting volleyball.
Okay.
Which is very cool. Like, it's volleyball, but they sit, and it's intriguing. But a fun fact about Katie was she was actually the first woman to compete with a prosthetic limb in the history of the NCAA.
Ooh.
So I thought that was really cool. Basketball. She's very tall. But yeah, she's just badass and played college athletes all 4 years. So I thought that was pretty awesome. Who else do you want to see?
I am excited for Olivia Chambers. She's 21 from Little Rock. She's broken 5 American records just during her first season of para swimming alone. And she's won 400 meter freestyle, 200 meter individual medley relay. Well, not relay, because that would be not that. 200 meter individual medley. She's earned 6 medals at the 2023 Para Swimming World Championships in England. And I mean, just her accomplishments do not end there.
Another person I want to give a shout out to is Elizabeth Corzo. She actually goes by Lisa, but she runs the 1500 meter, which is a badass race.
Yes.
But she also wears a hat.
Yes.
As a hat wearer, I am very stoked to watch her run.
I can't remember her name, but I'm really jazzed for her. She's a 100 meter, I think, sprinter. She's got a blade. She gave birth 6 months before the Olympic trials, and people were telling her to take the year off, and
she didn't.
She didn't.
Awesome.
She didn't need to.
That's awesome.
The last person I'm really jazzed to see, only because like I'm excited to see a French para athlete competing in their home country and everything. Yeah. I always think that's a fun time. Yeah. Plus he seems really cool. Maxime Valet. He's a wheelchair fencer, 3 times bronze medalist in this sport, and his facial expressions are just so excited, and I always loved fencing because like they get so jazzed when they win.
Yes, awesome. So. Yeah, I chose all U.S. athletes. You know,
I wanted to.
I tried to mix it up. I was like, I can't do it, but I love that you mixed it up.
It was not the easiest to Google around by any means, honestly, because a lot of it was in French, so I had to flex that little high school muscle there.
I'm sure that went well.
Oh, so well. All right, well, Gretchen, I've got to go home.
I'm going to go back to Forest Park.
All right, girl.
Good job.
Woo!
Woo! I'm mad I didn't start my watch.
That's it for this episode of Fartlek Friday on Happy Pace. Like this episode and channel if you found your happy pace while listening. Subscribe to us on Spotify, YouTube, and now Apple Podcasts. You can find us on social media at happy_pace_podcast on Instagram and TikTok. Email us happypace@houseofmachka.com if you have any questions, comments, and ideas for guests. This is a House of Machka production. Our music is written, performed, and recorded by Grant Underhill, Mike Plasmeier, and Jake Laconte. Our graphic designer is Rachel Slingluff. Our marketing manager is Gretchen Brune. This episode was recorded and edited by Elaine Sims. Happy Pace was recorded in front of a live Forest Park audience.
That's how we got to 26.2 miles. We now see it. Morning! Wait, it's actually the KC we did in the shot already this morning! Me too! Hi, Bonnie! Morning! Hi, Bulk! Morning! Hi! Morning! 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 Hey, Drew! Okay, I wonder if that's Drew. Morning! Morning! Oh, hey, Kim!
great. I knew someone that I ran past. Morning. 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 Good job. I'm sorry. Morning. 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 Also really need to go to the bathroom. Morning. 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 And morning. Morning.
Hey, Miss Bunny.
Morning.
Morning. It's time to get back up and dirty.
Morning. Hey guys.
Guys.
Hey Luke.
It's past some of the big river racing team.
That's perfect.
That was perfect.
Morning. But morning.
Morning. Oh, hey Rita. Do you want to be on a podcast? We're recording right now.
Elaine is recruiting her next podcast, guys.
Yeah.
It's a good thing I'm smiling.
Hi, Haley.
Haley, yeah, Haley,
Yay! We're on right now. We're recording. Say hi. Hi. Good morning. 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 Hi, Sarah. Hi, Lauren.
Morning.
Morning. Morning. Morning. Sorry.
Morning.
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 I think. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Morning. Morning.
Hey! How are you?
Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Morning.
Morning. Morning. Morning. Morning. Morning.
Hey Derek, how you doing, man? Morning, how you doing? You can't wave after you say that. Morning. 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 What's up, Alex? How you doing, man?
Hey, look, that ends the episode.